Hello and welcome back to CES 2026, live from Las Vegas. We're here at TomTom and I'm joined by Andy, who's the Director of Product Marketing for TomTom. Welcome on board, Andy.
Thank you, good to see you.
Glad you could get here out of Europe with the snow, the freak snow they're having over there. You know, you had proper guidance to get you here. How about that?
We certainly did.
But I think, again, I met with you guys last year and it was a lot of fun. I think it's really always interesting to see how AI is being built in and changing the customer experience for the end users that are taking on your products. Kind of help us understand, some of the advancements that you've made in the past year that you're displaying here.
Sure. So I think last year we introduced our AI agent, and we spent a lot of time over the last year kind of building up and improving different elements of it. And it's really interesting to see, what it can do now this year. So we announced at the beginning of CES two integrations. So one with Amazon, with the Alexa, and one with SoundHound. And what that does is that means that when you're a driver now, when you've got those systems in your vehicle, you're not using multiple systems to do different jobs. So, the system is from Alexa and SoundHound is great for voice interaction and giving you information on, HVAC and Windows and your media player. But when it comes to navigation, that's where we come in. So our AI agent connects to those services. So when your query is location-based, it pushes to our agent to give you the information.
So I think to me that was kind of the key, and I'd seen the announcements, and I think that what I loved about it was you're not forcing the end user to change their experience, to go outside of something, to really be able to utilize your geodata and the mapping capabilities that you've brought. How has that been, received by those customers that you guys sell into?
Really well, because I think one of the biggest challenges is currently today, it's very much you ask a question, you get a response. And now with the agent that we've created, we're able to support more complex queries. So imagine if you're driving to a location, especially in the age of autonomy, EVs, etc. You're not only wanting to drive there, but you're wanting to do a number of tasks along the way. So for example, we're here in Las Vegas, maybe you want to drive to LA afterwards. We know it's about a 5-hour drive, it's a few hundred miles, so you're going to have multiple stops on the way. So by asking it for the route, the agent will automatically calculate the best places to stop. But maybe you want to take some dinner while you're there. And maybe you have a preference for Mexican food or Italian food or something else. So again, the agent can give you the answer back as in, hey, find me a charging station around halfway on my route, and I want it near an Italian restaurant. And it will actually give you that query back. So it will find the best Italian restaurant with the recommendations, and it will find one that has an EV charger next to it.
Yeah, I love that. You'd probably find an easier time getting the Mexican restaurant, but
yeah.
that's neither here nor there. When you look at AI, I noticed out here that you have an MCP server now, and so that helps other people do integrations with you. How has that really also broadened your appeal to your customers?
Well, exactly what you said, it's the integration, right? There are so many products that we have where customers have used them for a number of years. A great example with the MCP server is actually outside of the automotive space. So we have a lot of customers in the smart city space and government space, and through the MCP server now we're able to connect multiple traffic products that then allows a customer to make multiple queries. So for example, the city of Las Vegas could look and say, hey, show me the 5 busiest junctions in the city right now. And it will be able to identify, based on our historic and live traffic data, which are the most impacted junctions, which then means, if you're the city authority distributing the police for traffic management or signage, you can really direct it to the right places. Where in the past you would have to maybe tackle those one by one. Now it's a much simpler process and way quicker as well.
Have you learned anything over the last year that maybe surprised you, or was things that made you say, about all of this AI and where it's taking you with your customers?
I think it's the range of use cases. So there are so many use cases where AI just makes things easier. I think one of the other things as well we've integrated is AI at the moment is you ask AI a question, you get a response. We're also flipping that on its head a little bit, so AI can be more proactive. So one of our demos that we're showing here today takes the scenario that you're driving home, but we know that on a typical day, most people don't need turn-by-turn directions. But they want to know what's happening ahead. So again, the AI system can say, it's 5 p.m., it's a Wednesday afternoon, we know you're probably driving home, so we're going to tell you if there's traffic on the route. Okay, we're not going to tell you need to turn left or right, but hey, there's traffic ahead, it's going to give you a delay by 10 minutes. Would you like an alternative route? You say yes, it then gives you the route to get you home. So again, it's taking AI, but just giving it, I guess, other options and more flexibility.
So are you seeing that organizations and your customers are taking you in new directions, and this is helping you guide you on those different use cases and how you can build more sophisticated AI as well?
Yeah, I think so. I think there's a couple of things, right? I think it certainly opens up more of our data to support those use cases. So perhaps things that hadn't been considered in the past now are answering those questions much easier. And as for new directions, absolutely. I think the more, as we gain more data from more use cases, our kind of exploration, if you will, into new areas, which will ultimately result in perhaps new products and new data sets, is coming from exactly the use of AI.
Because, when I look at what you guys do, I know the heritage of maps, but it's really the data, and AI lives on data. Is that what you see as your value go forward?
I think it's the data, and I think it's also the context.
Yeah.
We've long talked about the 4D map. Yeah. So, maps are great, you can have buildings and you can have roads, but that fourth dimension becomes context. So what does it actually mean when I approach the curve in a road if it's raining? The context of rain will change the dynamic of the instruction. So maybe you need to brake earlier. And by that we can then start to look at driver behavior and use AI to say, okay, well, on average, driver behavior changes in the wet. So maybe the braking zone starts 20 meters earlier or something like that. So again, as you start to build up those systems in the future, the system can learn better because of the information it has. The other one is also, as these systems become more advanced, the benefits of collecting this data mean that you can really personalize it. So imagine if you put a US driver in the middle of Paris and use the same system, or in the middle of Italy, or put somebody from Germany in South America.
I'll give you an example. I drove from Budapest to Bratislava, over to Vienna, and up to Munich.
Yeah.
Just 3 months ago.
Yeah, so
I could tell you I could have used context.
Yeah, so if you put an autonomous system built around the profile of a US driver into those countries, it wouldn't work.
Right.
Or vice versa, because the way and the habits of the way people drive is different. So I think AI helps us kind of build those training models as well.
Yeah, I love that. So, final question. Was here last year, here today. When we look forward to next year, what do you hope that you can say next year that really has been driven and helped you further AI with your customers?
Yeah, so I think the big thing, what we see now is, as autonomy is now kind of back on the table, there's an even greater need for more accurate lane level information, so that car can really position itself in the right space. We are now expanding our coverage on a country level, so no longer are we looking purely at highways. We are now down to connecting roads and even kind of local, real urban roads. So I think hopefully within the next year, with machine learning and with the advancements of technology, you're going to see that lane model expands way beyond where we have it today, so that we can support more use cases across North America, across Europe, and hopefully other regions as well.
Yeah, especially as people move beyond level 2++,
Yes,
and things like
exactly.
that towards 3 and 4.
Yeah.
Well, this has been great, Andy. I really appreciate it. Thanks for coming on board.
No problem. Thank you.
Yeah. And thank you for watching this episode from CES 2026 here with TomTom. We'll be back.